OK，开始。
All right, guys, welcome to my live streaming. So okay, so we're gonna do the countdown first. All right. All right. Welcome to the live streaming, my friends. So today, let me tell you who we are. We're here from AOE Chinese. So what is AOE Chinese? AOE Chinese is a company that specializes in study in China services. We have helped multiple international students choose their dream universities in China, right? And we also have Chinese language courses and the HSK programs. We know that HSK is very difficult to complete. Many students need additional help in order to pass their HSK examination. So this is why they have also come here and will equip you with the essential Chinese skills that you will need to survive in China. We have lots of advantages here at AOE Chinese. Our instructors can teach you the course, the whole set of course, systematically and thoroughly and professionally. And you don't need to worry about not getting the right things, right? Because our teachers, what they do is we offer you a free trial class, and then we'll evaluate your actual learning skills and your actual learning history and decide and give you the best course of action for future Chinese learning. We'll take you from the most basic up to the most advanced level, my friends. And today at this live streaming, I really want to tell you that we have a special program, a joint special program for the Huazhong University of Science and Technology, which is in Wuhan, China. We will be they're looking for American students to learn Chinese online for completely free. Whoa, that's such a great idea, right? Completely free, without any charges, my friend. You can just learn Chinese just in front of your computer. It's in the US. All you need is a US citizenship, right? And there's nothing else that you need. You just need a computer and a US citizenship, and you'll be able to enroll in this program. In fact, we are doing this. We are the ones we're doing this joint collaboration with Huazhong University of Science and Technology, and we're the ones that are getting the students for them, all right? So, my friends, if you really want to know who we are and to add credibility to some of our courses right here, like to the like the legacy of a program, I will let you listen to some of the testimonials from our numerous students who have chosen our services, who we have helped them to achieve their dreams of studying in China. Okay, so let's listen to the testimonials one by one, my friends.
Hello everyone, my name is Rumki. I have been here in China more than 6 years old, but I finished my bachelor degree here in China. It was in Zhejiang Gongye Dashue. Now I am doing my master's in Nanjing Gongye Dashue. When I came to China, I couldn't speak Chinese because Chinese was very hard for me that time. Then some of my friend suggest me to AOE Chinese, and AOE Chinese here has so many professional teacher, Chinese teacher. They help me a lot to learn Chinese. As a foreign student, I like to explore China. So I have been visited so many places in China like Forbidden City, Great Wall, but I had some problem with language barrier. So AOE's Chinese teacher helped me a lot to learn Chinese to professional Chinese. Now I can speak fluently in Chinese. I hope that you guys all come to AOE Chinese to learn your basic Chinese to professional Chinese.
Okay, so you have heard the testimonial from our first client, right? And now we're going to offer you the testimonial from a second client who he is a guy that has also chosen or study in China or Chinese language programs. You will listen to how we have benefited him here at AOE Chinese. So let's listen, all right, my friends.
Hello, my name is Shamar Reed. I'm from the beautiful island of Jamaica. I've been here in China for about 4 months, going on to 5 months. I am studying at Zhejiang University here in Hangzhou. So far, it has been a very, very good journey. I'm studying the course of Masters in Logistics Engineering and Management. This program was basically introduced to me by the AOE Chinese platform, which I use to not only attend the university, but attend via full scholarship. So far in China, the life has been good. I'm adjusting to the food because it's kind of sweet. We're used to spicy food, so I'm adjusting to the food. The life here is safe, it's well. I'm enjoying the sporting activities here. And apart from that, the nightlife is also good. The study is also good. That's something to look forward to. And I would recommend AOE to all the other international students. It's a very reliable service, and you can use it as a source of reference. So thank you.
And okay, so guys, you have heard the testimony from our friend Sharma. So he loves the life here in China. He thinks life is fantastic. It's also amazing. And so that's a part that's on top of the study in China experiences here. You know, he feels like he can have an easy and high quality life in China. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to, tell you more about our AOE Chinese or program, right? So AOE Chinese, we host different activities for international students throughout China, right? Last year we had the IHA2 Chinese Festival. We gathered different international students right here to our festival, and on top of that, we held the international student international student startup contest launching ceremony, right? And then we will, and then after that, we had an entrepreneurship competition in Nanjing, and then 2 weeks ago, we had the entrepreneurship competition in Shanghai with lots of winning teams, right? And now, so let me show you our program for IHA2 Chinese Festival and the International Student Launching Conference, the International Student Startup Contest Launching Conference, right? To let you know, to lend more credibility to our program or to our team, all right? So let's watch this here. Okay, so now you know about the International Student Startup Contest launching ceremony. We are gonna go right deep inside today's program, the HUST and AOE, the HUST Online Chinese Language Learning Program that is held jointly with AOE Chinese. Okay, so let's talk about what this university is. Okay, so we know that IHA2 has AOE Chinese has collaborations with multiple universities across China. Here in Hangzhou, we have different universities like Shaoxing Foreign Language University, also like Zhejiang A and Zhejiang NF and Zhejiang Sci-Tech University. These universities, they all have very good relationships with AOE Chinese. And this is why if you apply through us, we can increase your chance of admission and getting scholarship. And we are also able to offer you numerous benefits that exclusive benefits from these universities that are only offered to AOE Chinese students, right? A lot of times those benefits you cannot get them directly from those universities, right? So today let's talk about this university. So Huazhong University of Science Technology is a university that focuses mostly on science majors and engineering majors, right? And they are one of the 11 programs in China. And also this university has different foreign exchange programs, right? I know that every year, Huazhong University of Science Technology students, when they graduate with a master's degree or PhD degree, they may go to US or Europe for furthering their education, right? So this is one of the most reputable schools in China. It has also produced many notable alumni here. All right, and then so what is the background of this Chinese language program? We know that last year, President Xi went to San Francisco to promote Sino-U.S. Friendship. There were lots of friendly deals and agreements that was signed between two important leaders of this world that will have very huge impact on the global geopolitical landscape, and that will also have lots of great benefits for the people among the two countries, like from the people from China and the people from US. So this program is to strengthen the cultural exchanges between China and US. And we are also encouraging more American teenagers to come to study in China, get to know about China, right? Because a lot of times Americans, when they see China, they only get it from, they may only get certain stereotypical views of people from China. They may only see China from their local perspectives from a very close window. And a lot of the cultural things from China, they're not widely publicized, or they're not widely known in the US. Right, and this helps you to understand China more deeply. And we hope that through this program, through this program, more American students will truly get to know China and help to promote the friendly exchange between both countries, right? And so, what are the eligibility for this the eligibility for this program? First, you need to have U.S. nationality, meaning that you need to have a U.S. passport. Now, not even a U.S. green card will work. Okay, so you need to be a naturalized U.S. citizen. You need to have a U.S. passport. All right, and you need to be interested in learning Chinese language, right? As long as you're from the US, you really want to learn Chinese, you really want to know about China, then that's the very first requirement. And then second of all, you need to have good physical standing and good moral status. And this is something that I don't think I have to elaborate further. This is just by literal terms. Everybody can understand it. Everybody can understand it and understand it directly, right? And if you're between the age, now we do have this age limit. You need to between the age of 16 and the age of 35. So you cannot go above it, and you cannot go below it. So we're looking for some of like young adults. All right, and so we do have several different kinds of programs. So the program only lasts for 1 semester long, and there is like the general Chinese program that is just like everyday conversation, just things that are more related to daily life. And there's also Chinese lessoning, right? If people are talking to you, they're gonna bring the information out to you, and you need to listen and grasp what's like the key information. HSK vocabs, again, the HSK vocabs course is very good for you for passing the HSK exam if you really want to be in China, all right? And then, because like HSK is important for graduation. And if you're trying to get a work permit in China, or if you're trying to get an employment visa, having great HSK skills will surely benefit you a lot, all right? So these are the different classification of programs that the classification of courses that we have for HUST online Chinese language learning programs. All right. And now let's talk about the dates of this, guys. It is actually coming up very, very soon. We know that right now, this is the month of May. It's already May 31st. Okay, so this program will start on September 1st. So it will go from September 1st, 2024 to January 31st, 2025. So that's about 5 to 6 months period of time. Okay, let me do the math. Okay, so September 1st to January 1st, that's 4 months, right? 4 months and then 5 months. 5 month total, so that's 19 weeks. And so we also have an exam week at the very end of this program. Okay, so now we come to this next interesting part, which is what are the different courses and elective you can take. Okay, so we do have this part that is called the mandatory courses. So for mandatory courses, so the first part that we have for the beginning is Chinese speaking. So for Chinese speaking, this is to improve the abilities of the Chinese language learner. It also comprehensively improves the learner's Chinese language proficiency, communicational abilities, comprehensive application skills, Chinese learning interest, and Chinese learning levels. And we offer elementary spoken Chinese, elementary spoken Chinese 1 and 2, intermediate spoken Chinese 1 and 2, and advanced spoken advanced spoken Chinese. Okay, so like Chinese, when you actually try to speak it, you can speak some of the very basic things up to the most advanced things, and that's why we have broken them down to several different levels, right? So elementary, we have 2 levels, intermediate, we have 2 levels, and advanced is just like one single level out there. All right, and then the next part we have is called Chinese lessoning. So for Chinese lessoning, we are trying to help the international students, like American students, gradually understand. Hold on one second. Let me pull this course syllabus up. Is to mainly help American students fully understand simple language materials related to Chinese language learning. So there's elementary lessoning 1 and 2, intermediate lessoning 1 and 2, and advanced lessoning. So this is to help you with some daily communications with people near you. All right. And also the next part we have is the Chinese reading. Okay, so these are for simple things like if you're trying to read a research paper, or if you're trying to read the newspaper, or if you're trying to read government report, right? This is also really important. And for the reading, the really interesting thing is that it's going to start with the intermediate level, okay? Intermediate reading 1 and 2, and advanced reading 1 and 2, right? And that's and this is actually a fairly important course in my view, because like if you're really in China, or if you're doing some sort of like trade with China, there's going to be a lot of documents that are produced in Chinese language, and you're going to have to be able to read it. To fully understand the context inside. And this is why we strongly teach reading. So intermediate reading 1 and 2, and advanced reading 1 and 2, and so just 2 different levels of reading. And then here comes the next part, that is Chinese writing. We know that reading is the input and writing is the output. If you're trying to learn a language, you need to get information inside and you need to take it out, right? For example, if I'm reading this passage, if I'm reading a newspaper or reading a book, it's going to be able to help me a lot with my future writing, right? So that's why we offer writing. But for the writing courses, we start with an intermediate level as well, right? And we go up to the advanced level. So intermediate level, we have 2 courses, and the advanced level, we also have 2 courses, right? And then the next part is about general Chinese culture. Now, we know that Chinese culture is a very wide concept. It talks about different things. For example, we can talk about Chinese geography. We know that China is a very huge country. It's very interesting to explore. Like there are different places you can go, especially if you're traveling. It's good to understand geography and history. That's also an important element of China because Chinese history has been there for the past 5,000 years. And together we also have like ideology, culture, costumes, technology, and political system. Now, technology is something that's totally brand new because like China just pretty much we caught up with the very end of the 3rd technological revolution, and that's when we started the economic reform and opening up, and all the different Western companies started investing in China. And then back in 2010, or at the beginning of the 21st century, China had like a huge China actually gave birth there. China actually produced a wide number of internet plus companies like Jingdong, Alibaba, or Taobao, or Antpay, or Alipay, Alibaba, AliExpress, and recently we have like HIK Vision, Huawei. All these very nice tech companies are more like modern things, and also China's political systems. We know that China has been a feudal society for like 2,000 years or 1,000 years, and China had different dynasties, right? And all the way up to the nationalist revolution and the communist revolution. These political systems have always been changing, and they have adapted to what is modern Chinese political system. So we can also talk about that. And then the next part we talk about communication. So these are these daily communications. Like if you're trying to greet people, you're talking about things like weather or transportation. So you should be able to have Chinese dialogues about things in everyday life. Okay, and then we also have the HSK vocabs. Right. So the HSK vocab, of course, we provide pre-examination guidance and reinforcement training for learners based on their learning characteristics and weaknesses. So we help to improve their abilities to take Chinese exams and apply those knowledge inside the actual examination. Right. So this is pretty much like an exam crash course where if you're really trying to pass the examination, you just take it. We pick out what the main HSK vocabularies are, and then we just like sort them out. And there's also the Jinchu culture. Now, this is something that's very in depth as well, right? So China had a splendid Chu culture for thousands of years, and Jingchu culture is an important component of Chinese ethnic culture with distinct regional characteristics and enormous economic and cultural development values. Again, I'm not really meant to be an expert in Jingchu culture. If you really learn this course, you will learn it better. And now let's talk about the next part. The next course that we're going to offer is Chinese calligraphy. So Chinese calligraphy has developed into a form of art. We know that English characters, they are more like curlicue characters, right? And they don't really have an artistic form. But a lot of times when you write in the Chinese characters, they're like properly structured from like up to down with all the radicals, all the different components. Excuse me, please. All the different components that make up the characters, right? So you can actually write them with a brush stroke, and they will come in the form of a painting. It's extremely beautiful. We know that Chinese characters that has evolved in the past 1,000 years. Back in the past, like if you were trying to write an elephant or if you're trying to write a horse, the structure of the object is more sincerely reflected, or it's more generally reflected in the character itself. But these days, with the simplification of Chinese characters, they are less. They appear to be less. They resemble less to the actual object. Okay, they are a little bit far away from the. They appear more different from the actual object these days. So. If you're if you're trying to learn the basic strokes, simple character practices, then that is something that will be taught in Chinese calligraphy and Chinese painting. We know that there are different forms of paintings worldwide, and Chinese paintings has their own unique features and specialties. So that is also going to be covered in Chinese painting, right? And we know that there are different kind of tools that you can use for Chinese painting. For example, rice paper, and there's also brush, and there's also ink, right? And a lot of times, those ink you use for Chinese painting, you'll also use them for Chinese calligraphy. But now, let me point out the other thing. For the Chinese calligraphy, the ink is black ink, and then for Chinese painting, you may use a wide variety of inks, right? And then the next course, it will be more interesting. It's called the Chinese cuisine. We know that China has 8 different types of cuisine, right? And here in Hangzhou, we have Hangzhou cuisine. In fact, if you guys are curious, we do have a museum here in Hangzhou. It's called the Hangzhou Cuisine Museum. So through the Chinese cuisine course, we'll show you the different kinds of cuisines that are available to you throughout China, throughout different regions, and we'll talk about what each cuisine is special for, and some of the unique dishes within each cuisine, right? And then the next other interesting course is called Tai Chi. We know that Tai Chi, like there are different kinds of movements, right? And it's very good for perfecting your health when you grow older. And so Tai Chi, it's like I really can't do it, but it's really good for the inside of your body. It really increases your inner strength. So for that course, we'll talk about the basic knowledge of Tai Chi. We'll talk about the basic movements as well, right? So this is actually a very interesting course as well. And then there is also Chinese paper cutting. We know that Chinese paper cut has also been selected into one of the UNESCO has also been listed into the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List. And it has lasted for thousands of years. In fact, if you look at Chinese paper cutting, you can make different figures like birds or dragonflies or the sun, or maybe you can have paper cuts of that will appear like a house. Sometimes, a house, and sometimes you can make paper cuts of other plants. And on top of animals, you can make like paper cuts of plants or paper cuts of other different objects, and you can stick them on your window or on your door to decorate your home over the Chinese New Year. So I know that Chinese paper cuts are a very big thing over the Chinese New Year's holiday, right? Because every time when it comes to Chinese New Year holiday, people will make some paper cuts and hang it up on their doors over the Chinese New Year, right? And also the last interesting course we'll have, it's called the Chinese knots and the Chinese festivals, right? So, there is this kind of thing that you can fold together, and it's made out of different strings, right? You bind the strings together, you fold them into different shapes, and there is this knot that signifies luck in China, and you see them hanging around everywhere on the streets in China ahead of the Chinese New Year's holiday, right? And sometimes we make other different kinds of knots as well, right? So these things that these are some of the very interesting things that we make: Chinese knots and Chinese festivals. So I'm not an expert in that field about making Chinese knots. This is something that you can really learn in further details when you take the course. And I must tell you guys, Chinese culture is extremely interesting. There's a lot to learn about the language, a lot to learn about the traditional arts, also about our some general information about China, also different paper cuts, different artworks, right? And these things are all going to be covered in the one semester online Chinese culture program. And I really encourage all of you to take advantage of this opportunity to learn more about China. This is a very rare opportunity. If you choose some of the other agencies in China, you will definitely not get this special chance. And the reason why we had this special program with HUST is because we have good partnerships with them, and they're willing to grant this opportunity to us. Okay. So thank you so much for watching. Now I'm gonna let you listen to another one of our client testimonials so that you can really get to know further about us and have more faith and conviction in our products and services, so that you can know about us, so that you can watch some more client testimonial videos to get to know about us and truly trust in us. All right. So let me play the next video. All right.
Hello everyone, I'm Sachi, I'm from Bangladesh and I'm doing my master's here in Zhejiang Science Tech University. Literally when I came China, I know nothing about Chinese language. My first learning was Chinese Tin Pudong and Jagat Do Xiao Qian, like that. But now I came to know about AOE Chinese and now I'm with them, and their Chinese language is really very good. And I learned a lot of things from them. So whatever you are a student, you are a professional, you trying to know about language, just come here and know the Chinese language and be a professional. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. So thank you so much for watching today's program. I hope that you have a very nice day. And if you're really interested in the HUST online Chinese language learning program, don't forget to sign up now, my friends. All you need is a US nationality and an interest in Chinese culture, good physical moral status, and you need to be between the age of 16 and 35 years old. All right. Those are the only requirements to join this program. U.S. nationality with the interest in learning Chinese, good physical and moral status, and love for Chinese language and culture, and being between the age of 16 and 35 years old. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a very nice day. Bye. See you later. See you later, guys. Bye.